Hello, everyone.
Uh,
Hello, hello, hello. It's Scotty T, and this is your Comedy Minute. And I have a fantastic writer, actor, comedian, Lauren J. Michaels. Is it supposed to be Lauren J. or just Lauren Michaels?
this is Lauren Michaels is how SAG knows
Well, let's
me.
go back. Let's start over.
No, it's fine. Hey,
Lauren Michaels is here, everybody. Lauren, it's nice to meet you.
it's great to meet you too, Scott.
Got a lot of
Thanks for
bikes
having me.
back there. You got some bikes back
I
there.
know. Right before we started, I was like, maybe I should do it over by that stuff.
No, I love it.
This
I
place is
love it.
crazy. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
Thank you.
Well, let's
This
get
is my
rolling.
garage.
Let's get rolling. We got a lot to cover.
Okay, all
You're an
right.
amazing woman. You're
Thank
in
you.
California, I believe.
That's right, Los Angeles.
Were you born and raised? Now I know the answer, but were you born and raised in California?
No, no, I was born and raised in Dayton, Ohio.
I've been there. I We're gonna get to
Okay.
that. Well, I've been there.
Oh, good. You're in Pittsburgh, is that right?
Just no questions. I don't
Okay.
accept. Just
Okay.
stop. Don't
Okay.
do that
Okay.
again. Don't do that again.
Noted. Okay.
Do you want to? I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to the second question, but it ties into the first question.
Okay.
When did you start doing comedy? And was there a catalyst? Was there something that said, "Lauren, go do comedy"?
Whoa. In some form, since birth.
Well, that's what I
Um,
mean. In other
I
words, take me from Dayton, Ohio, to Los Angeles.
yeah, I think comedy is always heavily valued in my family as a survival technique.
Right.
Being the few Jews in Dayton, we didn't know any others. So that was part of it. And just growing up obsessively watching so much TV until I memorized everything. I quoted my favorite movie at my bat mitzvah, Tommy Boy,
Yeah, yeah. I
with
just
Chris
celebrated
Farley.
the
Yeah,
anniversary this week.
that's right. That's
Well, like
right.
30 years or
So,
something.
so a movie like that was like a language in among me and my brother and sister and
Right.
my family. Everything relates back to our Bible, which is Seinfeld.
Okay.
So that was just kind of a through line. Professionally though, a comedy, I didn't actively pursue that focus until later. So I went to college for acting, got into theater, just
Yeah.
wanted to be a regular. I can do anything, actress. And I kept getting this feedback like, oh, you're very funny, or maybe this comedy thing. For a minute, my mom took stand-up comedy classes, so then I was kind of like, oh, that's her thing.
Okay.
I don't need to do that. But I always, love telling stories to friends,
Well,
reshaping a
let,
horrible thing that happened to me as a funny
let's move
story.
on because we're gonna get to AI vibrator and stuff, but I want to start
Okay.
with Ego Death Show, which you just had your first 1 year anniversary. Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
Ego Death Show. Tell everybody about it because I just love it. I just love it. I
Okay.
absolutely love it.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're at the Hollywood Improv every month. We started last July, and this show is the comedians have to share an embarrassing story, and they have to do a karaoke song blind without reading the lyrics.
Does the story have to be true?
Yes, it has to be true, and it has to be embarrassing about them, not them embarrassing someone else or witnessing someone's embarrassment.
No, I watched a
Yeah.
lot of them today, and I got to tell you, and I don't want to give it away because at the end we're going to talk about Andrea Abbott. But
Great.
that's
Okay.
kind of the premise of this show.
Okay.
At the end, your comedy minute is my that was my expectation. Tell me something, and
Yes.
I just love your concept.
Thank you.
And then you go on now you make them sing a song.
That's right. Yes. So if some people think they don't have anything embarrassing to talk about, but
Oh
the
yeah.
song will do the job, if not that.
Well, and
Um,
you're quite the singer.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that was something I secretly always wanted to do, and then I just invented this so I could try it, even though I was terrified. But
Do you
now I'm
know?
doing it
Did you
all the
know?
time.
Because we're just meeting. For people that don't know, we're just meeting. Did you know that I worked in the music business my whole life?
No, I didn't.
I have gold and platinum records on my wall.
Amazing.
I
Oh,
worked
well,
with
then your compliment means even more.
Ringo Starr, Cheap Trick, Dave Matthews, ZZ Top. You name
Wow.
Kiss, you name an artist, I've been with them.
Wow.
And I couldn't get over the amazing singing that was coming out of that thing.
Yeah.
I think even if the story isn't great, when they start doing the karaoke and the crowd starts singing, it's just magical.
It really is.
It
Yeah.
really
And then the
is.
whole show just has this momentum of like, okay, we're doing, everybody's partying again, and now we're going to take it down and tell a crazy story.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to, by
Yeah.
the way, I'm going to put the links to your YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everything on this interview because I want people to see what you're doing. It's really cool.
Thank you. Wonderful.
I just
Appreciate
love
that.
it. You have amazing comedians on there. Like I said, we're going to get to Andrea. But I
Great.
also want to talk about you wrote and starred in, and the movie is called a short film called AI Vibrator. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Yeah, that was inspired. So
You
at the
you were
time,
fantastic. You were fantastic.
thank you. I had a lot of fun making that. I was at Second City Hollywood at the time, and I
Okay.
heard Elon Musk was in the news for,
Yes. What's it called? Instead of Space Link, Sex Link or something, right?
yes, SpaceX.
SpaceX. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a quote about how AI is the greatest threat to humanity. And
I remember
and
that.
yeah, so it was kind of started as a sketch idea that evolved into that film. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with that.
What a great piece of work.
Thank you. And now it's kind of, so that was like, oh, I don't know, 2018 or something. And now it's kind of caught up where all these
What? That's weird because on your I guess Instagram, wherever I tried to click your link tree, it's an age. YouTube is really funny that you have to be regular folks can't just look at that. You have to be logged in and
Oh, yeah, interesting.
no, and
Yeah.
we'll get on to that because that's why I told you I'm excited to do this. Um, but yeah, I just loved it. I
Thank
love
you.
the whole
Yeah.
concept.
It was so fun. So we shot that all in a day from like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and had as you saw like 40 extras coming through,
Yeah,
everybody
it was
getting their bit.
wonderful. It was
Yeah.
high level production, really good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you,
I
do
love
you,
collaboration. And it's so much work. And I think that's after that I was like, well, let me try some stand up where I'm not depending on everybody as much.
that was my question. Next question. Do you enjoy doing, because again, we kind of skipped over it, acting or doing the stand up or writing or what is, because,
Yeah, all of it. So yeah, so acting, pursuing that, you're depending on so many people to give you approval
right.
and to be right for somebody's idea of something. And so that's really where I finally listened to the universe saying comedy, comedy, and stand up. And once I started doing that, more doors opened up. Everything was kind of this reassurance. And I wasn't waiting for an audition or an opportunity. I just show up and do it. And I started showing up to probably the open mics at the Hollywood Improv end of 21 with just this thought of like, okay, I produced shows before and what's this place? Okay. And then so here we are now where one thing led to another. And yeah, I like the collaboration process, but ultimately stand up removes all those blocks where you're waiting for other people
Okay,
to
so
come through. Yeah.
it's not really a number one or number two.
I don't know. I think one, it's hard to say which one I like better. I think,
Somebody said it's like two different animals, two different.
but I think both serve the other, where if you work with a stand-up comedian who's never done anything collaborative, they're a little harder to adapt to certain
Stale.
situations.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and say just stale.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have fun. Or you see a lot of stand-up
Yeah,
comedians that seem miserable, and it's like, well, isn't this supposed to be fun?
exactly, exactly. Comedians,
Yeah.
comedians that inspired you when you were young, and comedians that you like now.
Oh, great. Robin Williams was probably number
Sure,
one.
sure.
I had the same birthday as him, so and I knew that as a kid,
Now,
and
I
just
got to stop you there.
yeah.
That's an important date because George Wallace, Lester Bibbs, You know all
Yes.
those comedians? There are
Yes.
so many comedians that have a birthday on. What is it? What's the date? July?
July 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've had George on the show, I had Lester on the show,
Oh,
and
amazing.
George
Yeah.
pointed that out to me.
Ah.
There are a ton of comedians, not just comedians, but all kinds of major.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with another star.
Special day.
I'm
Yeah,
with another
absolutely.
star for God's sakes. So keep going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Um, oh yeah, it's like Ernest Hemingway, Cat Stevens, or others. But
Ernest
yeah,
Hemingway, Cat
so
Stevens.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Where in the hell did they? I thought we asked about comedians.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying birthday people.
Oh no.
I just had to brag about my birthday for another
I'm
minute.
sorry. I do. I smoke way too much pot.
Oh,
I
I wish you were
smoked
here. I
pot for a
have.
month one night. I did. I really did. So go ahead.
That's usually how
Comedians.
it feels to visit my
Yeah, I
hometown.
watched the clip. You and your boyfriend at the time, right? He used to smoke a lot of pot. He played a lot of video games.
Oh, that's
And now you're
right.
divorced, but we won't get into all that. Comedians that inspired you and comedians.
Comedians that inspire me. So yeah, Rob Williams, top of the list, Jim Carrey, and I also admired that they had robust acting careers that
Okay,
kind of stood apart from that
right.
silliness. George Carlin, though, I'd say is my number
I
one
actually spoke to George.
philosopher.
I actually spoke to
Wow.
George. Yeah.
Wow. How was see, I want to ask you
We'll talk
questions
off the air. Over. I've done.
now. Okay.
I've met Dangerfield. I'm 63. I'm going to be August 17th. There's still some
No
shopping
kidding.
days. I'll be
August
63.
16th. Okay.
17th. 17th.
17th.
Yeah, get that right. Get your shopping in order.
Let me write my calendar.
All right.
Okay.
What about comedians you like today? Are there
Comedians I
some
like
people you want to
today.
shout out? Mm,
Nate Bargatze. I saw
okay.
him live at Netflix as a joke fest.
Okay.
I was in tears. I don't know. He has a way of really making
He's good.
something so
He's good.
simple, so funny.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a Chappelle fan. I
Okay.
like the poking at things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's like my neighbor. I've seen him at his home space in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So
Yeah.
something that feels close about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
gonna get to that.
Uh-huh.
Um, were you really? Because again, I watched so much today. Were you really a janitor at one point
Yes.
in a gym?
Yes, I was. And
Okay.
the only thing that ended that was COVID. Closed the gyms.
Okay. I
Yes, I
was
was.
the reason I when I got out of high school, I was a janitor in a gym.
No kidding.
York College, and you go first, and then I'll try and match you.
Sure. About being gym janitor?
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
that was a problem.
I cycled through so many stupid careers trying to avoid real work while I had my creative pursuits. And I found waitressing so exhausting because you have to get everybody to like you. And I was attracted to just, background janitor stuff. I wanted a free
Work.
membership. I wanted to work around attractive people. And I wanted to have my mind free to do other writing or thoughts
Right.
like that. That's how I ended up in that position.
Okay, no, it's just that there was a girl used the can and there wasn't a bag in it, and I wanted to match that because no,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought do you want to tell him and then I'll tell you mine. I'll match you.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's something fascinating that
Again, I
happens
don't know if
when,
it's true or not because I got another one I want to ask too.
yeah, oh, it's true. Um, something
We don't
about
have. Hey, we
being
don't have to. This is your
no,
comedy
I
minute.
just
You can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
being at working in that environment, if you're carrying a mop, you become invisible somehow. And it was a bizarre situation because at night I worked at a really fancy restaurant as the hostess, and the same clientele would really, oh wow, you look so great. At this place, I was invisible. I told this woman, it was the last step of the day, cleaning out the bathrooms, the little trash cans in the
Right.
female stalls. She's going to the one stall that I haven't put the little bag in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, wait, don't go in there. And she goes and she slams the door and sure enough left a bloody tampon in
Yeah.
the receptacle with no bag, which caused a bigger mess. And I made it clear to her that she'd really inconvenienced me. with her in consideration. Yeah.
Well, and being that I was a janitor at, at York College, my sister got me the job, and you asked her, I'm in York, Pennsylvania.
Oh, York.
Men are
Okay.
men and the sheep are scared. My sister, right out of high school, got me a job at York College, and I was janitor at the York College and the gym. And those young men in the men's locker room, they didn't like me, and they would shit in the lockers. It
Oh
would,
my God.
it was one of the worst gigs. It was one of the worst. I couldn't help but I saw your story. I thought I got to tell her my shit.
Yeah.
Every
God,
day,
that's so
every day was
targeted.
every day it was a new. They would find something new to piss me off.
Wow. Yeah, that's worse because it's not even a
Which is shit in the locker.
that's a targeted offense. That's not
Oh,
just
they hated
being
me.
a
They hated me.
why?
All right, let me ask you another one because again, I don't know. There was a comedian I know and recently said that we're comedians. Everything we say is true. Were you a teacher at one point?
Yes.
That didn't work out
Uh,
so good either.
yes, a few ways. Yeah, I did some substitute teaching, and I had a job in a specific environment where I was kind of behavioral therapist for autistic toddlers. And, you know, when you're working with kids and you have to wear arm guards, it's not great. And then you meet their parents and realize like, oh, he has a Coca-Cola every morning for breakfast. Like you're not helping the situation.
But
Uh,
again,
but
I keep trying to set
yeah.
you up, and you're not giving me the line. You're not giving me the line. Do you know the line I want that I watched?
Yeah, you can't hit back. You can't hit
You,
back.
you hit them back. If they hit you, you
It's
hit
just
them
an
back.
automatic response, you know? And then somebody witness and be like, you can't do that.
You can't do that. That's what I said. She hit him back. So I figured it didn't work out so good.
Not great. And then, hey, maybe that's just how I was raised at a certain point, you know.
Right.
How else do you get the message across? I don't know. I
Again,
really don't know.
it's not that far from where I'm at. And my old man took off the belt.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got
Yeah.
walloped. You got walloped.
Uh-huh.
Favorite show that you've done so far, and that includes, acting, writing, star, anything that you've done, and then
Oh.
least favorite show where things didn't go so good.
Oof. Interesting.
Yeah, that's me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Scott's nuts.
I
Grab him.
I mean, I have to say, like the show I have now, my dad just came to see the anniversary show and it was so special, Ego Death, because it was the first like big production he's seen me do outside of especially stand-up wise. And the thing about my role in this show, being the producer, worrying about ticket sales and everything, is that I sometimes forget how magical and hilarious and fun it is until it's happening. And the process of doing it, I'm always fighting like, oh, ego death, but I have to have this big ego to an extent to promote it. And I make every plan I can about who's going to be on it. And then last minute somebody changes. And then whatever I think is going to happen, I have to let go because it never goes that way, but it always works out somehow. So
Yeah.
it's this constant like spiritual
Lean
slap in the
back, lean
face.
back again for me. Lean back again for me. I want people to see the Ego Death shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
have
got my
merchandise. You
merch
have
here.
merchandise
I
available. I'm going
do.
to put that link. I want
Yes.
everything. This is all about you. All about
Thank
you,
you.
Lauren. I mean it.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Um,
and I love it, and I'll do everything I can to help. You're a year in, and I'm. It just seems like because there's all kinds of, again, the videos where there's people out there just saying how much fun they had.
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's almost overwhelming, but and it's such a good reminder when I feel exhausted about, oh, how am I gonna do
Right.
another one of these or dig up another story I haven't told yet. So I haven't repeated a story since we started. And somehow I'm like, there's gotta be something else. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't admitted this out
Yeah.
loud. I'll bring that up. But yeah, the way it's received every time is just this just huge push to like keep going. So I
We'll
have
get
to
to
just
least
mention
favorite show in a second, but I don't want to give anything away.
that. Okay.
But the Michael Jackson thing,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you ever heard this word. I just showcased her the other day. Joe King mentioned neurodivergent. Have you ever heard that word?
Heard the word.
I didn't know what it because she said I'm neurodivergent. And I said I don't know what
Interesting.
that means. And so what it means is that when we hear something, because I think I'm neurodivergent, where we hear something and we just start laughing, and you're not supposed to laugh. And the Michael Jackson thing, you mentioned your brother, and like that you start laughing. I said that's my girl.
Thank you. Yeah, that's probably my yeah, one of the hardest and proudest and
Yeah,
darkest bits I have.
yeah,
And so necessary.
yeah. It
Where
really is.
it's so true.
No, and I don't want to because I don't want to give it away but let's do because we got a little bit more work to do. You told me favorite show, you know,
Mm,
least favorite where something didn't go so well.
let's see. I
There's
would
so
say,
many.
yeah, it's hard to, I usually try to forget them.
I'm digging deep. No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
There was one I could I don't want to say anything bad about
No, and
any
you know what?
city
Maybe save
because
it. Maybe save it for that's an ego death. That's one you can
I
save.
have one that I'll mention that I'm not connected to anybody who'd be heard about this. It was a show I did like just out of college. Um so New York theater experience,
Okay.
and it was my friend's boyfriend directing the show. It was a production of Liz Estrada, and if you're familiar with that, the play is about the men keep going to war, so the women think they'll take away sex, and then the men will stop fighting the war because they'll want the sex. And
Sounds
there's
sounds
this,
logical to me. Sounds perfect to
and then
me.
there's this scene. It gets worse. There's this scene where the men are so angry they just want to come and like beat them all up and rape them or whatever. And the director's idea was like, in the women's defense, they'll get naked, and then the men would never hit a naked woman. And all these girls in the show were like, okay, how should we groom ourselves? They're playing into it.
Oh,
And I'm like, are you out of your minds?
I'm
I'm
not
not
getting
doing that.
it.
A
That's just
black box theater in middle of I don't know where, New York, for this production? No.
wow.
So I didn't
I
do
would have
it.
never expected that.
Yeah.
He's this way. I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth. I would have never expected that.
Yeah, and then he brought like a bottle of tequila, like, hey,
Oh
let's do a
yeah.
dress rehearsal.
Here.
Oh, it's so gross. And since I was the only woman who didn't do it, I had
Yeah.
a weird monologue that came right after everybody leaves the stage naked, holding their clothes or whatever. And I just remember the first line of the monologue was a duck's quack has no echo. Just a bunch of random facts to totally
Yeah.
which later somebody in the audience said, thank God you said something because it was
Coming off
so
the naked
uncomfortable to
people on
watch
stage.
that.
Big hit. Cincinnati Bengals.
Um, yeah. What
No, no. I just throwing it out there because I watched
Oh
the
yeah,
video Super Bowl, and I told you I've been to Dayton, Ohio,
that's
and
right.
I've
That's right.
actually been
Forgot about that one.
Cincinnati Stadium. What would amaze
Hmm.
me about that? I had dinner, and you go across the bridge, and you're in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You ever been there? Have you ever been to the stadium?
Yeah, yeah. The Cincinnati airport's in Kentucky. However that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I picked somebody up. It's all kind of a blur.
Uh-huh.
Dinner, the
Yeah,
whole
I know I've never seen a Bengals game, but just growing up, they were always the worst team, and then they were at the Super Bowl and it was bizarre.
Are you a football fan?
Um, not usually.
Well, then
When I lived
there's
in
no sense.
Pittsburgh,
I just me bringing it up being an asshole.
the here's what I love about sports, and this is
Okay,
a little
that's
bit of an alt
fine.
take. What I like about sports, especially like a Super Bowl or something, is at the end when you see them crying. the losers, the winners. Everybody's like these big, tough, they're so much, and then they just like
They're crying.
falling. And that's
It's
my
your
favorite part.
favorite part.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Lauren, I love you. Wow. Wow. Again, I do these. I can't believe sometimes the stuff that comes out of people's mouth. And we're going to get to your comedy minute in a second, but I want to take a second or maybe a minute because, again, you don't know. We're just meeting. People don't know that. I had Andrea Abbott on the show,
Yes.
and I want to, pay to thank her for allowing me to meet you and to spend this time and have some fun. But I wanted to share something with you because you like dark stuff, and I watched Andrea's been at your show, and I
Yeah.
watched her bit. But did you know when Andrea was on that YouTube took down her video?
Oh, that one?
Yes, yes,
Really? I didn't even
yes,
realize.
yes. I have to tease her about it because
I have to look into this. I can't believe
you
that.
it's true.
I
If you
remember
look
it
at it, if
wasn't
you
playing
look
as
at it
well as.
now, it says the controversial interview with Andrea Abbott. Because and you know what? We'll talk off the air. I don't want to bring it up what she was talking about because if you and I do it, they'll cut this off.
Right, right. Okay.
And just so we know, and I hate when I talk, honest to God, Lauren, but I want to be public about this because I've never been angrier. I've done 250 or more of these. I've had some amazing stars, but I've never been angrier because Andrea was just doing her bit. It was
Yeah.
comedy. And to
Uh-huh.
be for shit to be censored, that pissed me off.
Absolutely.
And I had to because I put up the preview, which was what she did, and the next day that got by. But the next day when I put up the full interview, all of a sudden they removed the preview. So I said immediately I have to take down the full interview because it's part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a shit show.
That's ridiculous.
And I
And
put
you
it
know,
up.
it's
I
some
put it up the
algorithm
next.
or
I put it up
something
the next
just
day. I edited
yeah.
out what I could. So what you see on YouTube now is an edited version. I still have the original.
Ugh, wow. Yeah, it's funny because when we even posted her videos to like Instagram and stuff, it was like, this is so good. Why is it's not getting as far as it should? And I felt like, oh, there's something blocking it
That's
because of the
exactly what it
content,
is.
which is
Well,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I've been through it, and I didn't mean to dominate, but I wanted to thank Andrea, and
Yes.
I was excited
I
about doing this with you. But again, and we'll talk off the air. I'll tell you, you probably know what it was about because it was true
hmm
story. It was what was
Yeah.
part of her life.
Yeah, yeah.
And but yet YouTube, you cannot talk about that.
I Andrew's one of my favorite people and closest friends, so I'm happy
God
to
bless her.
give
I
her
love
all
her.
the flowers and talk about her. She's been I call her I don't know if you're familiar with Louise Hay. She's like
Sure,
the
absolutely.
grandmother of
Amazing,
affirmations.
amazing.
I love Louise Hay, but Andrea's kind of like my dark Louise Hay in comedy.
She's
She's the one that I can bring something to and she'll kind of bit of like talk about it or whatever's going on in my life.
she has no
She's like a
filter. She has
guru.
no
Yeah.
filter. No filter whatsoever.
And I think because she's been through so much, she has the most positive outlook and attitude about just greeting every day. So, she's a huge inspiration to me in so many ways. Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful. I'm thankful because I got to meet you, and you're a lot like her.
Thank you.
The tragedy and stuff you've had with your brother and everything, Um, I don't know if I told Andrea this, but I'm going to tell you this. I worked in the music business my whole life. And there's a song by Squeeze, and buddies with Squeeze. It says, "What crumbs of joy can I steal from this day?" You don't
Mm,
get a whole loaf, you just get a
mm,
couple crumbs. And I'll
yeah.
tell you what, honestly, Lauren, the crumbs of joy today are you, buddy. You're a
Thank you so
riot.
much.
You're a riot. I know, it's hard doing these to be serious and pay respect to everything you've done, but also to be funny. And I try and run down that hill.
Thank you. I'm I'm just looking away to write down exactly what you just said. I love that
I'll send
line.
it to you. I'll say,
Yeah,
what crumbs of joy can I steal from this day? It's by Squeeze, a song called I got everything in the world but you, something like that. It's called.
that's
Anyway, I
great.
told you I did a
Yeah.
lot of drugs. Um, let's make sure because we're going to get to your comedy minute and you can say hopefully anything you want. That's what I tell people, and that's what pissed me off about Andrea and what she did. I tell people you can say any fucking thing you want to say,
Right,
and then she
right.
says it, and I get taken down. That pisses me off. So
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
get to your comedy minute, Ego Death Show, anything else you want to tell people, do that, and then we'll do your comedy minute.
Well, when does this get released? Or I guess I can
But it'll
mention like
probably
the
be about
next.
2 weeks. If you're nice
Okay.
out, I may move it up for you. I like you.
Okay, because our next show's on August 30th. We have
Yeah,
another
I'll get
awesome
it up
lineup.
before then. Well, I may get it up. I tell you, it's rough. My wife, I'll try.
I
Hey,
no,
August
I
30th.
get it. August 30th.
I'll
We
get it
actually
up
only have three
before
more
August
shows
30th. How's that? I
this
promise.
year. Perfect. Yeah.
So next show,
Um,
August 30th.
and then
Tell
after
them where
that,
it's at. Give them all the details. That
oh,
way we can
August
pre-promote it.
30th, Hollywood Improv,
Yeah.
9:30, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Get there early. We have I really try to make it a communal event, and so we have artists on the patio
I
outside
saw it.
the
Yeah.
venue, and
So you get treats.
selling.
Last folks get
There's a
treats.
small. Somehow it became like a mushroom theme, which
Ah,
wasn't my initial intention, but it just evolved that way. And all right, so there's a guy who goes by Silly Boy with the P for
yeah.
psilocybin,
Psilocybin.
and he creates these gourmet chocolate bars that make you trip, and he gives them away.
I
He just
love it.
gives
I
them out for
love it.
free. I make sure he does it after the show because once he
Okay.
did it before, and that was a little more
Yeah.
challenging. People started to
Yeah.
go.
Oh
um,
my God.
yeah,
Okay, so Ego Death Show, August 30th. I'm gonna get it up before then, get this video up before then. Uh
sick.
and we're gonna do your comedy minute. And since you set it up with the I had a guy one time because it's was and Andrea did mention, she said, I love the concept of your comedy minute, which was one of the nicest things I've ever had said to me. Anyone said to me,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
concept of what I'm doing and what but a guy told me one time that he ate too many mushrooms and he climbed up in his neighbor's tree. That's one you'll have to look up too.
That's
But
okay.
anyway,
That's pretty
let's do
funny.
it. We'll get to yours. You get to do it.
So this
Oh,
is
hang on, Lauren Michaels. Your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
I originally I thought I would mention the Michael Jackson bit, but since we just alluded to it,
You can do whatever you want.
I will say having that moment where I talk about my family and I build up to uh finding the moment of how to say somebody died in a comedy environment and hearing people are laughing because of this thing you said, people laughing because of this thing you said, and then you drop a bomb like that and you hear us woof, like the deflation in the room. And it's so potent and powerful, and it's like you can hear like a pin drop in this moment of like, oh wait. And then the challenge of like, how do we bring it back up again? Okay, because we're not at a funeral, and you have to talk about things that you're in a place to talk about them, right? But there's something so like rewarding about that like hearing those little sounds like, oh, like somebody just a guttural emission that they didn't know they were making, but they're just so genuinely responding and so present that you can just feel everybody really sharing in that moment. I think I'm just, yeah, just
That's
chiseling into that more and
it's
more.
it, again. I laugh at the wrong shit.
Mhm.
It's just, and you probably should tell them. And I hate to even bring it up. You want to tell them what happened real quick?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. So my this was in speaking of Robin Williams, because the story behind the story
Jesus
is
God.
Robin Williams
Now,
died
we better be
August.
careful because that'll get taken down too. If we talk about that.
It was
Her
August
brother died. Your
2014.
brother died,
My brother
unfortunately,
died
and
a
you do
few
a bit.
months later. Yeah,
We better
yeah,
be
yeah.
careful because I really want
That's
people to see.
true.
I really want people to see.
I heard on TikTok you can't say certain words. You have to say he
That
unalived
look said it
himself.
all. That look said
Yeah.
it all. We're living in a time where you have to be so careful, and yet I start the show saying, "Be off air. You can say any fucking thing you want to say."
Right, right, right.
Right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have fun?
I really had a lot of fun. Thank
That's
you.
wonderful.